Let's start with the first step of risk management, which is hazard identification. What is a hazard? How can we define it? Well, hazard is a condition, for example, unfavorable climatic conditions, an object, for example, a sharp instrument, or an activity, for example, transferring a patient from the ground to the stretcher with the possibility of causing harm to people or property, or preventing a prescribed function to be performed. Hazards are usually identified under 4 categories. These categories are the environmental, like snow or rain, the technical, like equipment maintenance, the human factors, like fatigue, and the organizational, like staffing. The purpose of categorizing the hazards is not to put labels on them, but rather to help us in identifying them. Having in mind the 4 categories can be very helpful in expanding our thinking and awareness, therefore making sure we don't overlook any important hazards. Hazard identification is achieved through various methods such as continuous awareness, observations, as well as through discussion in meetings, listening to patients, or through audit findings and accident incident investigations. Going back to our story, can you remember the various hazards that Tim identified? What about the category of each hazard? Let's use the approach of trying to identify the hazards by looking into each of the categories. What environmental hazard did Tim face? Of course, the heavy traffic at the accident site was a very important hazard, so Tim had to evaluate the risk to make sure that there will be no consequences. Regarding the technical hazard, remember that Tim identified a broken cable while checking the ECG, and recognizing the risk, he called his superior and they made an appointment to repair the ECG, while a spare device from the station was used. What about the human factors hazard? Well, apparently Tim got sick while he was at work, so realizing this would have a negative effect on his performance, and also realizing the risk of infecting his colleagues, he requested to leave and he made a doctor's appointment for further examination. In relation to the organizational hazard, the fact that Tim was trying to find his way around the premises and the equipment indicates that he didn't receive any induction training and proper introduction to the facilities and his colleagues. Some hazards may be dealt with by taking immediate measures as they are identified. This is what we call on-the-spot risk management. Some of the hazards may need further analysis and probably additional measures to be taken by the organization. That is why it is extremely important that all hazards are reported through the organization's reporting system. We will discuss about the reporting in the next module. In the meantime, let's move to the next step of risk management, which is risk analysis.